Yes. Before numericals, we did what? Till where we wrote for this excess demand chapter? Who will tell me?
Ma'am, we reach reason for deficit demand.
Okay, we wrote reasons. We started with the reasons, right? We have to do impact of deficit demand, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's just start. Okay. So now, ma'am, what are the impacts of deficit demand? Okay, deficit demand, you already know when your demand is less than, okay, that is your deficit demand. Okay. So first of all, ma'am, what are the impact of deficit demand? First is effect on output. See, when nobody is demanding, so of course, what you will do, you will reduce your output and there will be lot much, you can say stock. So effect on output is due to lack of sufficient aggregate demand, there will be an increase in inventory stock. Of course, for example, you every day you produce one chocolate, okay, every day, but nobody is demanding. So at the end of the week, you will have 7 chocolates with you, right? So that is inventory stock, which is your basically the material you have. It will force the firm to plan for the now you have you have already 7 chocolates, so you will say no, I will not produce much because already I have so many chocolates and nobody is demanding, right? So it will force the firms to plan for the necessary production for the subsequent period for the timings when till your all the chocolates are being sold. As a result, planned output will fall. Earlier you were producing one chocolate every day, but now you will stop your production, so your production will fall down. Okay. Then next is effect on employment. Employment means, see, now earlier when we were doing excess demand over there, I was increasing my production, so I need more and more people so that I can increase my production. But now I'm reducing the people. So earlier I have four workers at my place. Now I will fire 2 workers. Why? Because I don't need more people, because I don't have work to do, right? So deficient demand causes inventory unemployment. So people are willing to work, but they are not getting work over there in an economy due to fall in planned output. Okay. Then effect on general price level. Of course, see, right now nobody is purchasing. So what they will do, they will decrease the price of the product so that everyone get attract toward them and they can purchase. So deficit demand caused the general price to fall due to lack of demand for G and SS goods and services in the economy. Clear? So these are the impact of deficit demand. So you will write hashtag impact of deficit demand and first, second, third, fourth. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Pranav. We have just started a new topic, which is impact of deficit demand. So you will write hashtag impact of deficit demand, then effect on output, effect on employment, and effect on general price. All the three. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Others done?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll be starting the policy measures. Okay. So, ma'am, what are the policy measures to control excess demand and the deficit demand? Okay. So basically, we have two measures. One is a fiscal policy measure and one is a monetary policy measures. So those who joined late, like I think Amos is aware about the monetary policy. I think we did this in banking chapter, right? The repo rate, reverse repo rate, everything, right? But others, you are not aware of this, right? So what I will be doing, like in this class, I won't be like in this chapter. We will be only writing the names. What I will be doing, like when we will be doing the revision class, there will again cover the banking chapter. Okay, money and banking. So over there we have done a detailed analysis, because there are high chances we will be getting monetary questions from banking chapter and fiscal questions from this chapter. Okay, so we will be doing in detail, like whatever we will be doing for fiscal policy, we will be doing everything in the revision classes. So it's for the new students. I think Janab, you have done this? No? Repo rate, reverse repo rate.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So Zainab and Amos you have done is Pranav and Aditya. For you, it's new, right? So when we will be doing the revision, right? So over there, we'll be discussing the banking chapter and monetary policy. We will be discussing monetary policy in this class as well, like in this chapter as well, but not in that much detail, right? So for the time being, you will just focus on the fiscal policy measure, monetary policy. You will just write down the names. Like I'll tell you what you have to do, and then don't worry that ma'am, what we will do when they'll ask in detail. Don't worry. When we'll do the revision, right? At that time, we'll be doing the banking chapter in detail. Clear? Pranav and Aditya, this is for you. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aditya. Aditya, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so now let's just start. So basically, now see, you already know the problem. Excess demand is also a problem and deficit demand is also a problem, right? So of course, you need to control it. So you have two things. You have two tools with you. One is fiscal policy and one is monetary. So we'll start with the fiscal policy. So ma'am, what is this fiscal policy? So fiscal policy refers to the budgetary policy of the government or the policy related to revenue and expenditure of the government with a view to correct a situation of excess demand and the deficit demand. So remember one thing, fiscal policy is the policy of government and monetary policy is the policy of central bank. Okay, it's related to banking thing and this is related to government. Okay, the government budget part you can relate it. Okay, so this is what. So ma'am, next is ma'am, what are the instrument of fiscal policy? So you have two instruments. One is government revenue, what the government is getting, and one is government expenditure. Okay, government revenue, government gets money from three parts. One is tax, one is public debt, and one is your deficit financing. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you will do, first of all, you will write this. You'll just wait. I'll just tell you what you have to do. First of all, you will write this hashtag policy measures to control excess demand and deficit demand. And over here, you will make it like this. And here, over here, you will write FPM, fiscal policy measure, and MPM, monetary policy measures. Okay. And after that, you will write hashtag fiscal policy. Okay. Then you will write the definition of fiscal policy and then hashtag instrument of fiscal policy. You will draw this flow chart. Clear? So first write this hashtag policy measures to control this. Then over there, make it like this, 2 parts. You have the names here and then start. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, everyone is done. Jana, Aditya, Pranav.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Jana,
No,
you are also.
ma'am.
Okay, okay, do it.
Then, ma'am.
Okay, now we will be discussing everything in detail. Okay, so this is how you are going to do. So first of all, fiscal measures to correct excess demand. We'll discuss excess demand or the inflationary gap. Okay, so let's just discuss how we are going to control it. So you have these tools. With the help of these tools only, you are going to control the excess demand. Okay, so let's just see. So first of all, let's just discuss government revenue. So government revenue, it's first tax. So ma'am, first of all, what is tax? So tax is a compulsory payment to be made to the government by whom on it is imposed. Okay, so tax is basically the compulsory payment which you have to make it to government, right? For example, if you are eating burger, so you have to pay some tax, GST and all that. Similarly, if you have a property over somewhere, there also you have to pay tax. If your income is higher than whatever the tax deduction is there, you have to do it, right? So this is tax. So now the question is, ma'am, how you will control excess demand? So when there is an excess demand, how you can control it? So remember, students, just understand this in good way. Okay. So ma'am, how you're going to control this excess demand? So for example, you have 100 rupees with you. Okay. And right now you have 100 rupees, and out of this 100 rupees you have to pay 10 rupees tax, and rest 90 rupees you can consume. Okay, so right now you are demanding 9 chocolates because one chocolate is for 10 rupees, so you are demanding 9 chocolates. That ma'am, we want 9 chocolates, right? Now this means we have excess demand. 9 chocolates is a big deal, right? Now I want to I have to control this excess demand. So what government will do? Government will increase the tax. Now you have 100 rupees. I said now you have to pay 30 rupees tax. Okay, I increase the tax, right? Because of this, how much money left? 70 rupees. So you will only demand 7 chocolates now. Getting the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Others? No? You can tell me if you are not getting. I'll just explain it because you are understanding this the first time, so it will be a difficulty for you. No? Others didn't get it? You want me to explain again?
Can you repeat? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So for example, your income is 100 rupees. Okay. Out of this 100 rupees, 10 rupees you have to pay tax. Okay. And rest 90 rupees, it's yours. This is your tax. Okay. And rest 90 rupees, you can use it on your own. Right. So right now, because of you have 90 rupees, so you are demanding 9 chocolates. Okay. Now that means I have only 8 chocolates with me. Okay. So this is excess demand. 9 chocolates you are demanding, but I have only 8 chocolates in my shop. So this is a problem of excess demand. So I have to control this problem of excess demand. So what I will do, what government usually do, government increases the tax. For example, now you are 100 rupees you have, and now earlier you were paying 10 rupees tax. Now government will increase the tax. Now government said that you have to pay 30 rupees as a tax. Right? So how much money is left with you? 70 rupees? Yes? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Earlier the tax was 10 rupees, but now government will increase the tax. Earlier you were paying, for example, increase the price. For example, earlier you were getting one chocolate for 10 rupees. Now I increase the price. I said you will get one chocolate for 20 rupees. Like this, right? So earlier you have to pay 10 rupees tax out of your income. But now you have to pay 30 rupees tax from your income. So that means earlier you were getting 90 rupees, you can enjoy it, right? But now you have only 70 rupees. So you will demand only 7 chocolates. Right? So somewhere the problem, I have only 8 chocolates. Earlier you were demanding 9. So there was a problem of excess demand. But because now I increase the tax, government increased, you are only demanding 7 chocolates. Right? So this is the problem. Clear?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, ma'am, how to control excess demand? So what government will do? Government should impose new taxes and should raise the rate of existing taxes. So what should government do? Government should introduce so many taxes, this tax, that tax, so many taxes, so that most of your money is kept by the government and not by you. Because if you will, because of this, what will happen? Your disposable income. Earlier, your disposal income is basically which you are going to use it for yourself, right? So earlier your disposal income was 90 rupees. Now your disposal income is 70 rupees. So it will reduce the disposal income. Now consumption by household sector and the investor by the producer sector will fall, right? Because two people are demanding, the household and the investment sector. So they will fall, and because of this aggregate demand is reduced and the problem of excess demand is corrected. Earlier you were demanding 9 chocolates, but now you are demanding only 7 chocolates. So yes, the problem of excess demand is corrected, and this is how it works. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Others getting it? Jenna, Amos,
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya Pranav, everyone is getting it, right? Okay. Similarly, over here also, public debt borrowing. So, ma'am, what is this public debt? So, basically, it refers to borrowing by government by issuing certain securities. So, sometimes I need money. So, I am taking it from government. Okay. So, now, for example, you have 10 rupees with you. So, at that time, you can only demand one chocolate, right? But government gave you 50 rupees. So, now you have 60 rupees with you. So, you will demand 6 chocolates, right? So what should go, and plus you have to pay the interest rate over there, right? So most of the time what will happen, whenever your money income will come to you, whenever your salary will come, most of the money will go in paying tax. The amount which you took from government, of course you have to pay interest, right? So over here, to control excess demand, what government do, the government should increase public debt or borrowing. So earlier, if for 100 rupees you were paying me 10% interest, now I will say you have to pay me 20% interest. So nobody will take loan, right? Because I increase the public debt and the borrowing, right? Because of this, again, the disposable income will reduce, consumption by household and the investment sector will fall, and aggregate demand is reduced, and this is how excess demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Others, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, deficit financing. Ma'am, what is deficit financing? It refers to issue of new currency by the government. Okay. So, new currency means that what should government should, for example, you have 100 rupees with you, right? When you went to a restaurant, there the bill was 200 rupees, right? If you want to eat pizza, you have to pay 200 rupees. So, if I will give you the money, then you will demand this pizza. If I will not give you the money, then you will not demand this pizza, because you have 100 rupees, and if you want to eat pizza, you have to pay 200 rupees, right? So over here, deficit financing means it refers to issue of new currency by the government, right? So now excess demand. Lot many people are demanding. So what government will do? Government will reduce deficit financing. Like government will stop giving money to people. Clear? Because of this, what will happen? Reduce in supply of the money. Now people will not get money. Earlier you have 100 rupees. Now I am not giving you any money. So because of this, what happened? You will not demand. You have less money with you. Disposable income will reduce. Consumption by household sector and the investment by producer sector will fall. And aggregate demand is reduced and excess demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, these were the part of your government revenue. Tax, public debt and borrowing, and deficit finance. Now, let's just see, ma'am, what is government expenditure? Okay. So, first of all, what is government expenditure? So, government expenditure, when government do expenditure on education, health, administration, defense, that is known as government expenditure. For example, I constructed a road. Government constructed the road. That is government expenditure, GE. Government constructed a government school, government hospital. That is also GE, government expenditure. Okay. So, for example, giving you subsidies and all that, that also comes under government expenditure. Okay. So, now controlling the excess demand, what government should do? So, for example, this is a fertilizer. Okay. So, government is giving you over here, this is you. Your income is 100 rupees. You want to purchase this fertilizer. So, 100 rupees, 50 rupees you have to pay in order to get the fertilizers. Okay. So, now you have only 50 rupees, so that you can enjoy it by yourself, disposal income, right? But for example, if government will say that I will give you subsidies, and instead of 50 rupees, you can just purchase this in 25 rupees. So now how much money you have? You have 75 rupees with you, which you can enjoy, right? So, but now here the problem is excess demand. So what government will do? Government will reduce its expenditure. Government will be like, I will not spend. People have lot many money, let them expend, right? So this is what. So government will reduce its expenditure on non-development and unproductive work. Because of this, less supply will go to the money, in the economy, and aggregate demand will fall, and because of this the problem of excess demand and the inflationary pressure will be controlled. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you will write it down one by one. First of all, you will write hashtag fiscal measures to correct excess demand or inflationary gap, and then you will write this A. Okay, fiscal measure related to government revenue, and first, this is first, this is second,
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Others done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Jainab, you are also done? Okay, I'll just wait for one more minute, then I'll scroll it down. Okay. Okay, I'm scrolling it down. This one. Then you will write B, fiscal measure related to government expenditure or government spending. Then first of all, you will write it refers to this, then to control this.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, others done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So after this, we have next thing, which is fiscal measure to correct deficit demand and the deflationary gap. Okay. So it is like today we'll only like you have 4 minutes, so you will quickly write it down. Okay. So same thing, but now we are dealing about deficit demand. So everything will be opposite. You will relate it. Okay. So just give the heading hashtag fiscal measures to correct deficit demand quickly. Okay. Now, first thing is that taxes. Similarly, the every structure will be following the same. Okay. So first, which is your A? It's fiscal measure related to government revenue. So first are taxes. Okay. So you are not going to write it again because you already know the things. Okay. So you will write taxes, then you will write to control deficit demand. So first of all, what are the things? First, the government should not impose new tax. Now it's deficit demand. Nobody is demanding. So government should do opposite. Earlier, government was increasing the tax. Now the government should not impose new taxes and reduce the rate of existing taxes. Because of this, what will happen? It will increase the disposable income of people. Consumption by household sector and investment sector by producer sector will rise, and aggregate demand is increased and deficit demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The whatever earlier we were discussing excess demand. So excess demand, everything was opposite. Now we have started with the deficit demand. So deficit demand, whatever we wrote over there, it will be opposite. Okay. So quickly, within 2 minutes, just write it down. A, fiscal measure related to government revenue. Then first, taxes, and to control deficit demand, all the 4 points. Quickly.